if I sit down? Show my nervousness a bit. So I've been working on this for a month, and I was thinking maybe I should come up with some slides. And 2 days ago, I decided, every slides are just not going to do any justice. I'm going to get distracted. So I'm going to start off in 20 minutes, tell you 2 simple stories. And I hope these 2 stories will serve as some kind of inspiration, some kind of motivation for all of you here. So just let me start by thanking the organizers of MPACT. I think we should have more events such as this where we get youth to, let's just get louder. We get youth to come out and, whether you have similar interests or not, to network is one thing, but also to hear perspectives from older people like us sitting right in front of you. So I think maybe it's fortunate or not fortunate for me to start first. I'm really looking forward to 2 days of listening to amazing speakers. Some of you, I hope, may be able to mingle with us and have the opportunity to perhaps not just meet this one time. So let me give you a little bit of background of where I come from and who I am. Nas called me a biologist. A lot of people call me an environmentalist. But I didn't start off green. I might be doing a lot of green things here. I definitely wasn't born green. Hardly knew anything about recycling when I was a kid. And I'll tell you how I got to where I am today. So the first story that I want to share with you today is really about taking a journey. Many of you come from different backgrounds. Many of you are studying different subjects. You're majoring in a lot of things. I started off exactly like you guys do. I grew up in a very, very small town of Ipoh. Anyone from Ipoh? Up there? Hi, Ipoh, Mali. And when you're in high school, your parents, or even younger parents, would ask you this question, especially in front of your parents' friends. What do you want to be when you grow up? And I always felt pressure whenever someone asked me that question, because traditionally you don't go more than 5 professions. A doctor, an accountant, what else? An engineer, a lawyer. What's the 5th one? Something professional. And when you're 10 or when you're 12, yeah, these are names of careers, but for me, it doesn't really mean anything. I mean, I can't imagine being what a doctor does, apart from, treating patients. So, but secretly, deep down inside me, at that age, I wanted to be a bus conductor. Those days, especially in Ipoh, you go to bus, and you get a little ticket, and there's a lady that stamps it. I thought that was so cool. And I thought, you get the bus, and you get to travel for free, and, click here and click there. And I used to pretend play this with my brother all the time. Thank God I'm not a bus conductor now. And I thought, what's wrong with wanting to become someone you really want to be? Because it changes every week anyway. You know what I mean? And I'm sure some of you, even though you're in the 4-year degree or 3-year degree, may be thinking of changing something, or a course or something like that. So it's pretty normal. Even people like us do it. So as I was growing up, one thing was for sure is I excelled very well in science. I don't know why, but I love the sciences, and specifically biology. So naturally, I thought I was going to be a doctor. And I graduated from high school. And then I was very lucky to get a scholarship to study marine biology. And I'm thinking, okay, it's just biology, the marine environment, very simplistic kind of assumptions. And then I went to university. I went to university in the States, a university called Duke. Anyone heard of it? Yeah, we're really good at basketball. and among other things. And so when I went to college, it opened up my eyes. And I realized what I thought initially was something I could major in, marine biology. It appeared that in the field of biology, there were 101 things to study. I could have been a geneticist, I could have been a microbiologist, I could have been a marine biologist, and so forth. And that really opened my perception of what I thought was one track in my career to many tracks. And I was having a ball of a time trying to figure out, okay, so actually, when they tell you you really need to do your SRP or SPM, it was just a small ticket to this bigger world. So I did marine biology, and every semester I was really into the hard sciences. And I decided, I was more than just the sciences. Maybe every semester I should take something as a class to balance, balance life, maybe, balance my understanding of sciences. And I had a very keen interest in religion. So I ended up taking a class every semester, religion. And next thing I know, I had enough credits to gain another degree in contemporary religion. Now I didn't study mainstream religion, I studied contemporary religion. And I'm thinking, what use is this religion degree for me? I love it. I love understanding spirituality. I love understanding cultures, understanding this relationship between an unknown higher power. But yet, I knew I didn't need it. I couldn't find any use for it. So when I came back in 1998, were you born then? I'm not that old. So when I came back in 1998, which was a slight recession, I was culture shock. Culture shock because I went to a country studying all these amazing things. I came back and wanted to do so many things. I didn't know how, I didn't know who to turn to, and I didn't even know if what I was feeling or thinking was setting me in the right direction. And here I am with another degree in religion, which obviously couldn't do me much. That's what I thought. And when I came back with this interest to work on environment, I offered myself to many organizations, and they really didn't need to use an environmentalist. This was in 1998, where basically knowledge, or even just any demand for environmental conservation and all that, just wasn't important. So I was a bit one of the lows of my life. And what happened was I tried to work in different fields. I took up the scientific hat, and I worked with WWF and became a scientific officer. And along the way, in my 6 or 7 years there, I realized that as much as I was doing a lot for the environment in terms of research and understanding relationships between humans, and the environment, there was a big population out there, mainly young Malaysians, that didn't know much about the environment, that didn't know how to start doing anything in the environment, and I could feel it because I was there. That's when I decided, I think I'm going to put my scientific hat down, and I'm going to start talking to youth. I'm going to start engaging youth. I'm going to start doing a lot of awareness, a lot of outreach, simply to help build more well-rounded people. I mean, I'm sure you'll be listening to a lot of perspectives from all the speakers today, and I hope you will really take something back with you, that we really, as what we call youth, really need to be more open to many, many things around us. And that was about the time I started EcoKnights, which is a non-profit environmental organization. And our focus was very, very simple. Youth, women, and it's all about education and awareness. And we wanted to be slightly different as well, so we took a very creative approach in how we address it. One, creativity and innovation is something youth are constantly engaged in. And number two, why I choose youth is because you have a very dynamic and evolving mind. It keeps me feeling very young as well, to be able to interact with you and to be able to design programs, design awareness programs, design environmental programs that you can be a part of. But I never knew, or I didn't know, what were the steps to get to where I am right now. I guess what I'm trying to say is, in a nutshell, because I don't have much time, everything you do is a journey. And everything you do, or you have been doing, are just dots in your life. Some of you are already trying to connect the dots. Some of you will never connect the dots much, much later in life. Doesn't make you any less or more of the other person. But I guess the key point is you have to learn or know how to connect the dots. Because when you look back from high school, from university, and finding this first job, could be a dream job, could be a job in hell, I don't know. If you look back, it always is a journey. And the journey takes you somewhere where you can achieve amazing things. So some of you are already on that track. Some of you are still looking for the dots. And what I want to depart from this is, don't plan too much. I see someone giving a high five. I don't know what kind of culture you're going into, I can guess. I think some of you need to chill out a bit and let life create a journey for you. Now, I teach at a university, and I'm very concerned about the youth that will be graduating. There's a group that would normally be planning too much in life. They somehow see their end goal, but don't know how to get there. And there's some who don't have end goals, have multiple goals, and are all around, having multiple dots, going about their ways. I don't have a formula. I don't have a guideline. But if you allow yourself to have these dots in front of you, connect them at some point, then you created a journey. My second story, someone needs to tell me about time. 6 minutes, okay. My second story, which is kind of cheesy, is about love. So far, I've not told you anything about environment. Because seriously, to be where I am today, has nothing to do with environment. I think it's about perspectives and how you embrace what you do. So as I was saying, the second story is about love. Everyone needs love, right? And I can't imagine being where I am today if I don't love what I did or do. Or had I not given a chance to share what I love to do with you guys. And I'm sure there are moments when you feel like you're going nowhere. Going nowhere, you've got no support. But the most important thing is to find the actions, the steps, to work towards finding what you love. You may think you found it. You may end up hating it. It's okay that it's not meant for you. pick yourself up and go on this journey to find love again. And if you have failed or you have not taken the steps, love is something that's indescribable. I can't imagine, like I said, I can't imagine getting up every morning if I didn't love what I do. And to me, that means more than any material wealth you can put in front of me. So as I face 200 or so of one of the country's bright individuals here in this room, I hope that when you step out there pursuing your career, whatever that might be, that you would do so with an open heart, mind, and soul. Sincerity takes you a long way, and like what Nas said, I wear my passion on my sleeve. And I think if you Google me up, you would pretty much read about some of the craziest things I've done. My motivation is very simple. My motivation is to make a difference, to make an impact. And by starting EcoKnights, it's my mission to leave a legacy for your children to make an impact. And I think I'm done. So, these whole stories help shape me for who I am. I am who you see in front here. So I hope in the next 2 days, as an elderly sister talking to you, that you would take this opportunity to absorb as much of the amazing speakers. And they're here for a very, very big reason. And there are so many things about them that you can take even just a pinch of knowledge from them and use this opportunity to start your journey. Thank you very much.